Yo, people, what we saying? Lateness is greatness. Welcome back into the building. You already know what time it is. Listen, we have to get straight into the cut. We got Saeed and Rants. Do you know what I'm saying? Big Manchester United fans in the building. Do you know what I mean? We're not playing about. We have to look back on the game. And true say, when I got this lineup, I thought to myself, this is going to be a good game. We're going to get some goals and someone's going to lose. 50-50 game, but this is going to be a hyped up review. And now we're coming into it dead 0-0. I had to make a tea. What the hell was that, brothers? Because Saeed predicted it 0-0, and true say, I'm not going to lie, I nearly fell asleep.
Bruv, so did I. I said it was going to be 0-0, bruv. Anyone, I don't know why you thought there was going to be goals.
Do you know what it is, yeah? I've looked at you guys' top 6 record now, yeah? And obviously, since the Tottenham 6-1, Ollie's basically just said, I'm done. Like, I'm tapping out. I'm not interested in top 6 games no more. I thought it was just away from home. Home games, everything. 0-0 every time. Have you guys actually scored a goal outside the game against Tottenham? I don't think you have. No. So no. Arsenal defeat 1-0. So every single game against the top 6, 0-0. Yeah. But for me, I just thought to myself, okay, cool. I know it kind of...
And one loss, by the way. One loss,
yeah. Well, actually, 2 losses, isn't it?
2 losses.
Two. Yeah, sorry, my bad.
Arsenal 1-0. I know you guys didn't need to win. So devil's advocate, someone will come and say to you guys, yo, you drew 0-0. You're kind of looking down rather than up because Man City have won the league. You secure second or try and make sure the gap stays, you know, as it is. What do you guys say to that, Rants? What do you say to that, bro?
How do we keep the gap respectable if we lose, blood? Man can say we didn't need to win. We did need to win because our record against the top or the big 6, yeah, we're going to finish the season with not beating any of them. I don't remember the last season we ever did that. Because man could talk about LVG and that. We pammed the big 6 under LVG, slapped them, went to Anfield and was mashing them up, mashing work at Anfield. Do you know what I mean? So
Anfield, isn't it?
Yeah, bro. Like this is the worst United team man seen, yeah. Post Ferguson against the big teams. But people would tell you that Ollie's been the best manager post Ferguson just because he inherited the best team. Do you see what I mean? He inherited the best team.
Yeah.
He literally did. And then spent a lot of money on it. And we're still not really that good. Yeah.
Me and Saeed were saying backstage, yeah, that listen, you guys are stalling. The car is stalling. You know what I mean? Ollie was at the wheel. He was going down the motorway, overspeeding. Rio Ferdinand was definitely overspeeding when he made that.
You know that hammer? Got the hammer on. I broke that glass, mate. You know what I'm saying? I broke the glass, man. I went, I'm out of this car, mate. It's jet, bro.
You predicted it, Saeed. How are you feeling after that? Because again, I'm gonna play devil's advocate for a second. Man will say you didn't have Pogba, you didn't have Cavani. Chelsea were full strength apart from Thiago Silva. We've got the better manager. I mean, if anything, I have to say, Ollie maybe just knows his limitations that he's not a top manager and says, I'm going to get a 0-0 and get out. Well, how do you feel about that if that's the logic that people were to run with?
But you got to adapt on, man. You got to adapt on. For me, you know, people can say Popper's out or listen not out, but you got to remember, yeah, if there's substitutions there to be made, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer waited until what? The 78th minute. And you know the worst thing about it? Martial was on the bench at 72nd minute. What took long? There was 5. People are forgetting there was 5-minute period where Martial didn't come on and Werner came on before him.
Bruv, their manager made 2 or 3 changes before we made our first one.
Brother. So
not being proactive is basically.
Bruv, that wasn't a manager that wanted to win the game. That's why when everyone's getting twanged by Ollie at the end of the game, shouting, saying, "Oh, we should have had a penalty," bruv, you didn't want to win the game. Fuck off.
His post-match was nuts, bro.
Bizarre.
It deflects the point.
But you know what's mad about that? Everyone's talking about the penalty and the Ollie thing. No one's talking about the performance now. So he's done exactly what he wanted to do, bro. And then the whole Maguire and Shaw thing, bro. Everyone's talking about that and not the shit football. Do you see what I mean? No one's talking about none of it. No one's talking about the disappearing act from some of our players. There's bare things that man could be talking about, but everyone's talking about the penalty now. You see what I mean? It's mind games, blood. But you can't twang me, bro. You know what I mean? I've been watching these man play shit for the whole season. The only game that I watched Man United play that I actually enjoyed this season, was probably the Leipzig game, bruv. And that's because he played Pogba and Van der Beek, and that's what I wanted to see. Other than that, the football's been dead.
It's mad because Sky Sports had the headline, Hudson-Odoi, gets away with penalty incident, after the game. He has his big passive aggressive outfit, coming after Lampard, coming after the.
But that's Sky Sports, isn't it?
He was waffling, bro. He was waffling. He was like, "Oh well, we everyone says we get penalties, but today we should have got a penalty." And then Tuchel comes out and says the complete opposite. Like it was not a penalty.
The thing is, though, was it clear and obvious? That's the problem. When it's not clear and obvious, then it can't be a penalty for me. And that's why, for me, if that went against us, it would have been harsh.
If it went against us, I would have been fuming. That's why I stand by it wasn't a pen. Because I look at it from both sides. If I see that given against us, where the players clearly put his arm across, do you know what I mean? To try and shield, put himself between the man and the ball. You know what I mean? To block Mason off, and the ball's touched man's finger and that, bruv. Like, and even when it did touch man's hand, it never took the ball away from Greenwood and stopped him from doing anything, bruv. Like, the ball was still in the air. It's not like it changed the direction of the ball or something like that. Do you know what I mean? Like, they don't make no sense, bruv. Like, for me, that ain't no pen, bruv. If no, bruv, no, I didn't even see people really appealing for it like that.
Yeah. If anything, it was the Chelsea players that started putting the handle because they thought Greenwood.
Yeah, because they thought Greenwood handballed it because it looked like that to me, and it did come off Greenwood's arm, but they're saying it touched Hudson-Odoi on the way to touching Greenwood. Oh, come on, bruv.
Yeah, it's mad. The deflection is nuts because, like you said, no one wants to talk about the match now. Man United, Chelsea fans talking about penalty incident. Chelsea fans are bringing up the Maguire, like WrestleMania pull down against Aspilicueta last game. You guys are talking about, well, obviously not you guys directly, but Man United fans are talking about, we should have a penalty. No one wants to talk about the game itself, which was a dead game of football.
But that's what Ollie wanted. That's what he wanted.
That was a narrative.
Bruv, he knew that we stunk the place out again. So he come and done the WWE thing, blood. You know them ones there, and got everyone else talking about something else.
Yeah.
Twang, man.
Twanging, man. It's not
going back to what you said, Matisse, about, you said about trying to play devil's advocate here. That's my problem, man. We had players on the bench who could have done something. If Ollie was the great manager, he would have said, he would have bought Van der Beek on 5 minutes ago. Maybe made a double substitution. He would have done that. A man, for me, what is the point? If Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is true to what he said, and he's true to what he believed in, and he said we tried to win the game, then why did you not bring Van der Beek on?
Yeah.
You've almost literally, what's the word? Contradicting yourself, mate. You played Donny Van der Beek, who, for me, there's a chance maybe he could get in that box, and be that final ball, maybe. I don't know if we had a kind of outlet that can run in behind, make that smart little move, that we're missing, man. That would have done that. And if he did do that, so for me, he's kind of contradicted himself, mate. You know what I mean? Like, and that's the problem for me. He doesn't use the subs wisely, and he made it to 70th minute when I thought, for me, Chelsea were looking to. It don't matter about, okay, why did he play Ziyech up front and with Pulisic? Okay, that's not the matter, but at least you have a manager who's trying to change something, bro. And that's what I want. I want to see a manager who is proactive and trying to change things about, not a manager who reacts to certain situations and goes, you know what? Oh, they're making about 2-3 substitutions here. Oh, you know what? I'll make one myself. Brother, come on, man. You know what I'm saying to you, bro? That's literally Sunday League stuff, that, man.
Mad reactive.
Bro, they're bringing on 3, man.
Not being proactive.
Bro, you know what the worst thing about it is, he's going on like he's so pissed.
Yes.
That man drew the game. The same pussy that smiled at the final whistle, and was doing up thumbs up when Fred missed the shot, blood.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, man busts a switch in the conference. Lowy.
I was like, why are you so excited, bro? He didn't go in. Like, it's like sometimes he's a fan. Do you know what bugs me, right? Because obviously we got rid of Lampard and we went through that whole legend as a manager thing and the emotional sentiment and all that rubbish. Now we're back in serious season. We can be objective with our heads. Yeah. My question is, when this brother was brought in for you guys, he was brought in to play the Manchester United way, to understand the culture and the philosophy of the football club. Before we get into if he's fulfilled that, which I think I know the answer to that.
Who knows though? Maybe I don't know what the Manchester United way is. Maybe the Manchester United way is just passion, blood. Maybe that's what it is, and I got a mistake on my whole life. Isn't it? Maybe it is, bro. Maybe it is. Maybe because I had a different thing in my head for the football club. But you know the beauty of me growing up supporting Man United, there was no social media. So I supported the football club how I wanted to support the fucking club. Do you know what I'm saying? I had my own idea of what Manchester United was from how I felt when I watched the football, from the players we had, from the mentality of our manager, And I put together that all together.
Yeah.
And I said, this is what Manchester United stands for, innit? Without these fucking dickheads, yeah, on Twitter telling me, yeah, how to support my club and what makes you a real fan and all this bullshit, yeah. I just supported my football club. You know what I mean? When we lost, I didn't want to leave my house. Do you know what I'm saying? I remember in the David Moyes era, bro, there were times I didn't even want to go to work, bro.
Yeah.
You know them, man. Like, but that bad. I didn't want to leave my house because man was ridiculed. Bro, we were like 7th, 8th in the league. Man were laughing at us every week, blood. Man were losing.
Signed for Fellaini instead of Thiago.
Bro, I didn't want to leave my house, bro. Man suffered, cuz. You know them ones. And I grew up supporting my team.
Defeat, man. Yeah.
I grew up supporting my team and loving my team and having an idea of the standards that we are meant to uphold. And then you get these little pricks here coming out saying, support the manager through thick and thin and apologizing for the bullshit that man are having to watch. I always associate with Man United with winning. Do you know what I mean? With playing positive football, trying to win every game. Sir Alex Ferguson famously quoted saying, I never played for a draw in my life. This pussy all setting up at home for draws and that. You know what I mean? And the man's coming out saying the Man United way. So, bruv, maybe the Man United way is just signing these Brexit ballers, yeah, kissing the badge and knee slides, bruv. Maybe that's what the Man United way is, yeah? And I just got it wrong. Maybe I got it wrong. When man was watching...
Nah, I want to uphold the standards, man. We need to...
No, maybe I got it wrong, blood.
But you know what it is? We talk about standards. The problem for you guys is that you have never really fallen under Oli. You're talking about 7th and 8th under Moyes and whatnot. Under Lampard, we had a similar situation, so it was kind of untenable for the board. You guys,
but we're the best of the bad bunch, though.
But we're the best of a bad bunch. Last season, you're second this season.
No, but it's the best of a bad bunch.
That's progress.
No, but it's not because man finished on 66 points, yeah.
But to the
we finished on 66 points, yeah, for 2 seasons in a row. That's not progress. How come man finish on the same amount of points 2 years in a row? That's not progress, bro. After spending money, that can never be progress.
Yeah. But to the untrained eye, it looks like it is. Do you know what I mean? Like some people will just say, "Oh, we were third, we were second. Do we expect to win the league? Probably not right now." So there you go, and he keeps his job. For me, yeah, I have to ask as well. Do you guys think you can maintain second place with him in charge? Because obviously, like I said before, just off air, you're looking more down than you are up.
No, but we're closer to 9th than we are to first, blood.
That's the reality, Matisse, man. That's the reality, man. There's a mad stat, that we're now second there with 50 points. 3 years ago under Mourinho, we were second with 56. So is that progress to you then?
It's been a while.
Yeah, under Jose, we were 6 points better off than we are now.
But is that progress then, people, man? Without a trophy, by the way. Without a trophy, this is, man. So I don't, you know what it is, yeah? You know what Ollie's created, man? He's created a fan base that said it's okay to maybe not win a trophy this season. And is it the all MB to win a trophy this season? That's what I'm seeing right now,
Yeah.
And that's the reality. That's where I don't want to get to, bro, because I feel like it will get to that under if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer says next season, it'll be like, you know what? But he got us about 85 points this season. We'll take that, won't we? That's what it'll be next season, by the way.
Your fan base remind me of like someone that's fallen in love, but then they get cheated on, but then they lower their standards and they say, you know what, it doesn't matter this season, we'll do it next year.
Brother. Or they go back to that same girl. Or they go back to that same guy that cheated on.
All I know is, yeah. I know is
you don't go back to that girl.
Man never signed up for this. You know them ones. Because my thing is, I don't mind going through rough patches. I don't mind all of these other things. But man are being mistreated, fam. You know them ones. If you're in a relationship with someone and you know that, you know what, we're going through a hard time, but this person loves you, blood. Our club don't love us, blood. You know them ones. Our owners don't give a shit about us, brother. As long as we pay our money and buy our shirts and that's all they care about. They don't care about winning. Do you know what I mean? And I care about winning, bro. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I'm not on the same page with these, man. I'm not on the same page with our owners. They don't give a shit, bro. They legit don't give a shit. And Ollie don't care either, bro. Ollie's just there for as long as he can get paid. Because deep down, Ollie knows he doesn't deserve to be there. Him standing on the side with the thumbs up to Fred was the biggest advert for, yo, I'm just happy to be here. I can't believe my fucking luck, bro. Like, he looked like a dad on the sidelines on a Sunday morning, bruv. with a toddler. You know them ones. When you've been practicing something in the park and then your son tries the overhead kick and he misses the ball, but you're like, oh yeah, we've been working on that. That's what it looked like. Like, bruv, you're at Stamford Bridge, bruv, with Manchester United in a title race, and you're smiling at man missing a shot. Could you, bruv, there's not another manager in world football you could imagine doing that.
Yeah, it's true.
But you only got to look at Lampard. You don't even need to look far. You got to look at Lampard. Lampard, for me, yeah, when you look at it compared to Wally, he hasn't had the players that he had, by the way. Okay, he's bought it just this season, but he's not even implemented what he's had to do. Yeah. Let's be honest, if we're being very, very super critical of Roman Abramovich, yeah, that was probably a harsh shacking in reality, but it's not to Roman Abramovich, not to the standards of what Chelsea are meant to be. If we look at on the eye test, yeah, it was a harsh sacking. Because at the end of the day, yeah, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, for the 2 years he's been here, had a better squad than Mourinho and LVG. But still, been given the time to say. And exactly. And he had a transfer window, by the way, as well. And then this season, yeah, last season, and this season, Lampard got sacked for it. Out of the job.
Yeah.
So that's what you got to say.
Less than 6 months into his second season.
Less than 6 months into what he was meant to build.
Yeah, it's true.
And he was sacked. And under Solskjaer, we're on this invisible train, mate. I don't know where we are, man. We're going somewhere. You know what I mean? There's no stops, mate. You know when you're going somewhere, there's no stops. You're just there. You know what I mean? Brother, I'm trying to bring all these metaphors into today, bro. We're just on the train, yeah, and nobody wants to get off there. We're going. The trophies are there. You can see the trophies in the background. You look through the window. Champions League's there, but we're never gonna get it under this manager. That's what it feels like to me. I'm just stuck on this train, and I want to get out, mate. Get me out of this train, man. I'm being serious, bro. Get me out of this train.
Flashback, you know when you like when you're younger, when you're on a journey and you fall asleep and then you wake up, you're like, yo, where am I from?
I done it, bro. At Junction, blood. Man got on the wrong train, blood. I ended up in Woking and that, blood. It happens, you know, like that. I said to the ticket man, I was like, bruv, this train ain't stopped for 20 minutes, blood. Man was on the fast train to Woking, cause man was supposed to be going one stop, bruv. See them things there, bruv. But you know, took me out into Surrey and that.
Yo, this is hopeless, fam. I'm done for, fam. You know when you look out the window, there's nothing you can do, fam. Like you said,
I'm just seeing bare horses feeding and that. Man just speeding through the fucking countryside, fam. Bruv,
that's what it feels like with Ole, man. That's what it feels like, man. And that's why I'm like, yo, I think just cut you know, you cut your losses next. For me, top 4 or even an FA Cup, mate, I still want it. Before, I was like, you know what? If he wins the Premier League, I'll let him go. But do you know what, man? I'm done. I'm just done with football. You know what I mean? For me, it's just gone, mate. And you know what it is, like, I can't even see it. That's the thing. Even if he wins a cup, I can't see it, mate, because the level of football is cowardice, mate. It really, really is cowardice.
When it comes to the big moments, semi-final, he seems to bottle it every single time.
Exactly.
That's the situation of the matter.
When you look at Chelsea, man, I feel like for me, when you look at the Chelsea team, I just thought to myself, yes, they've got Tuchel, but they're still kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? They're still adapted to the methods. They're still adapted to, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? After about 75...
they look more cohesive.
Well, there you go then.
In 2 months than we look in 2 years.
They're still adapting, though. I know, but it's still adapting in terms of what they still want to get from, in terms of the final third or what. But they still look
better than us, bro. Yes, I don't think they're adapting. I just think that I think that they lack the synergy at the moment. The balance isn't quite there, but the idea's there. Do you know them ones? Like Chelsea wanted to win yesterday, and Chelsea looked like they had an idea of how they wanted to win. Do you know what I'm saying? They just couldn't execute it. United had no idea of how they were going to win that game yesterday.
But
they just went out there just hoping for the pen.
That's what I'm trying to do. That's my point, basically. You know what I mean? At least with Tuchel, you kind of like, the plan was there, but the execution probably wasn't there in terms of the final ball. We didn't have none of that, bro. We didn't have the kind of, the play and whatnot to get up the pitch, and the final kind of end product. We couldn't do it, bro. Yeah. And I feel like the manager, for me, I've said it before, and I said it. I think you said it even more, and I keep saying that it's all love, and he has the love for the players and whatnot, but he can't guide them, mate. He cannot guide them, and if you can't do that, you might as well leave, mate. You might as well. You know what I mean? Any other business in real life, if you're not producing the results, your bosses will tell you to leave. But I think we're stuck with him, man, because at the end of the day, the guys at the top don't care, and he, for me, is kind of he's a puppet, mate. He will say, you know what? I'm happy with what I've got right now. He's talking about, he's bigging up Daniel James and whatnot right now, saying he's the best presser in the game, and he'll be probably playing against Crystal Palace. You know what I mean? This is what we got right now, and that's for me. I look at that and I'm thinking, we're going backwards now. Forget forward, mate.
Dan James
backwards now.
James, bro. This brother finished the game with, I feel like it was less like a 60% pass completion or something.
65,
like
65, yeah.
65%, and he was talking about how well he played. Ollie needs to be arrested.
Do you know what it is as well with you guys? Is that not only are you missing out on titles, and we're going to get onto Chelsea as well. I want to see what you guys make of us.
Yeah.
I'm not best pleased as well with us, but you're missing out on opportunities to challenge as well. But it's also transfer windows. Like, I feel like the pull power isn't there as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, getting deals over the line and signing big players, not your Maguires and whatnot, Wan-Bissaka's in-league signings that are just going to want to play for Manchester United, regardless of whether it's Ferguson in charge or whether it's David Moyes or, do you know what I mean, Tony Pulis. It don't matter who's in charge. It's Manchester United at the end of the day. Any player in this country is gonna take a look. But when it comes to you in the transfer windows trying to go for the players, the caliber of players that you're meant to be trying to go for, I feel like he's going to stop you from going for them as well. Because who really wants to play on the Solskjaer is my thing. Like, where is the pull power coming from here? Like, tactically, are you going to improve me as a player? No. Are you challenging for trophies? Are you getting beaten in semi-finals? The latter. Like, what is the pull power? Where is that coming from? It's just money, really, that you can really offer at this point.
Absolutely. It's the money.
And
it's the money for me.
Everyone's got money now, bro.
Yeah. The Van der Beek one was Van der Sar. Van der Sar made that deal happen. Let's be honest with ourselves. Van der Sar made that deal happen. The Bruno one should have happened last summer. We got over the line with it. Oh, sorry, the previous summer before that. We got over the line in January. You know what I mean? Sancho, for me, if you're going to get Diallo, why? You know what I mean? How are you going to get Sancho? So I don't even know what the recruitment strategy is. And for me, forget about recruitment, mate. I wouldn't give 1 penny to this manager, mate, anymore. 1 penny, mate. Because for me, if he's leaving, if he's got his contract ends the end of the season, for the life of me, the Glazers have some kind of decency to think, right, he's got 1 year left on his contract. We can't give him another 300 million. And that will be the reality, mate.
So next season,
but you might have to cut your losses now. If the Glazers have any sense here, cut your losses now, rebuild with a new manager, and give him that 200 million, a proper manager with a style of play and a philosophy, and you can get your money back from the likes of Donny van der Beek, who hasn't played yet, and also you probably can get a new contract for Paul Pogba, and then you maintain all your assets, your commercial value, and you can probably either, say to yourself, we can go back to where we were in terms of being a kind of a big club that's respected within the kind of the football hemisphere.
Yeah,
maybe
respect a club that's got Oli as manager. You can't.
No, that's not the point, though.
That's my point. My point is, you need the reason why people were putting Spurs as title challenges was only because of their manager.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. And when you look at us, bro, no one ever had us down as in the title race because our manager's a joker. Let's face it.
Yeah.
No, I don't want him to have the money, though. That's my point, though. I don't want him to have the money.
Can't give him any more money, bro. Look at the players he bought here. Tellez don't start for us. Why did you buy him? Do you know what I'm saying? Donny van der Beek don't start. Why did you buy him? Do you know what I mean? Wan-Bissaka, like decent player, not worth 55 million. You know what I'm saying? Like not good enough with his feet to be a Man United player, in my opinion. Do you know what I mean? Harry Maguire, biggest waste of money in the history of the club. And you gave him the captain's armband. Dan James, do you know what I mean? Should probably be like, I don't know, a scaffolder or something.
Wow.
Who else?
You don't rate Dan James one bit.
I'm Bruno. You know what I mean? You can say Bruno's the only one that's been a success out of all of his signings, bro, because he's scoring goals.
Yeah.
That's it. True, 1 out of 6.
Yeah.
Fuck me. You're going to give him 200 million more.
When is his contract up?
Cavani, Igalo.
Cavani on the free, man, like bleep test and that. Like
Igalo wasn't really a good, you know what I mean?
Igalo was more on loan. Oh, fuck, bro. I forget these things, bro.
It just gets worse and worse.
It's been terrible, bro.
To answer this super chat, which manager do you guys want? Is it Nagelsmann that you guys want?
I want Ancelotti. I want Ancelotti.
Realistically, though.
Listen, if Man United want to be serious,
going to go and pay Everton what you have to pay Everton to get Ancelotti out of Everton.
Yeah,
okay, realistically, okay.
Yeah, then I would take Nagelsmann.
I'll
take Nagelsmann then.
Listen, you know what? Any other manager, listen, it's crazy because for me, you know, it's so bad at Man United and so bad with the football. You're probably thinking Brendan Rodgers would do a good job at Man United.
Brendan would do a very good job at Man United.
Very good job. And he's looking at Leicester.
That's Marini. United are trying to do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But for me, it's like, I think Brendan would do a good job. He would do a good job. He would do.
Because at the end of the day, he would have the squad. He don't have the squad with Leicester. You know? And he's doing miracles at Leicester.
The squad, you're right.
Exactly. So, you know what I mean? It'll be anyone, man. Listen, it's anything but Ollie, mate. You get me? Apart from, not Ryan Giggs and them, man, but a proper well-seasoned manager with a bit of, you know what I mean? Bit of peri, you know, a bit of flavor, and you know what I'm saying to you, bro?
Yeah,
none of that.
bro. You need some spices, you need
some spices, man. You know,
seriously.
Come on, man. Anything, bro. Little, you know what I mean, bro? Get that little, you know what I'm saying?
You man are just having rice grains under the door, bro. It's nuts.
Yeah, man. Get that margin there. You know the margin. Get the little margin there, bro. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the margin.
I have to ask as well, this super chat, this is a really good one from the US. Do you think or hope that the Bucks winning the Super Bowl will encourage the Glazers to become more competitive with United to win? I have to ask here, because do you know what it is with American owners, yeah? I don't know whether they're stifling Man United and Arsenal in particular, or because you are spending. So that's the thing. Like, I don't know where to draw the line with the owners, because it's not like Arsenal didn't spend as well over the summer. They did spend. Yeah. They didn't buy the correct players in certain, like Willian and players like David Luiz from us a couple of years ago. You have to spend. Like your owners are starting to spend more. I think Man United are one of the top spenders. So Maguire, we are. Saka. Yeah. So when
Ollie spent 300 million. Ollie spent 100 million.
So when people call out the owners for a lack of ambition, where do you guys stand on that? Because obviously my owner, I don't have no problem with that ambition thing. That's something that we do not struggle with around here. Do you know what I mean? Our owner is ruthless as hell, but your owner, I don't really get it with you guys and Arsenal, because you do spend, but is it a lack of football knowledge at the top of your football clubs more than the ambition to spend and want to win?
I don't think it's knowledge. I just think they don't care, bro. They don't want to win, bro. All they care about is the bottom line, innit? And that's their money. That's it, bro. That's it, bro. Like, that, it's as simple as that. As long as United are profitable, they don't. All the Glazers and Ed Wood would care about is making United profitable. As long as United are still making their money, they don't care. That's just how it is.
Our test merchant says at least United are always dangerous, unlike us. I don't think either team were dangerous yesterday, if I'm being honest.
United were dangerous.
You were dangerous for the after half time, but that was about it.
Yeah, I looked at the stats and there was like bare shots on target. I was like, what shot? What shots? Do you know what I mean? I don't know.
We had
I didn't see these shots.
Zero big chances.
Yeah, for me.
The only shot we had on target was Rashford's free kick that was straight down the keeper's throat.
Yeah, I think that's McTominay. McTominay as well. That's about it.
Okay,
for me, I don't think it was a good point for us, because like I said, I felt like you guys were sitting ducks in the end because you were playing for the 0-0. Ollie's obviously got 4 0-0s in a row against the top 6. I was a bit disappointed that Chelsea obviously couldn't get the win. I predicted 1-0 win. I know you both went with 0-0s. What did you make of Chelsea? Because for me, just to get out, I was frustrated as hell, man, because again, the cutting edge at the top of the pitch is so bad. And you talk about your signings, that have not really, delivered. You go through the names, Harry Maguire, etc., etc. Obviously, our signings are in their first season, a lot of them, so I'm going to give them the time. But what's so frustrating is I thought at least one of them would pop off and then dip in form. Like, one of them would have their peaks and downs. You know what I mean? They wouldn't all just be flat out off form at the same time for long periods of the season. I think that was the whole point of Chelsea signing so many forwards, is that, okay, we've got Havertz, at least one of them will be on. And really, true say, all you need is one forward to be on form at this point, and you're doing better than how we are now. But Chelsea was they were toothless up front. They didn't really create many big chances. I remember Ziyech with the shot straight at the keeper as well. I was a bit disappointed with that effort. But
that was a good save. Good save, though, De Gea. Good save.
It's a good save. But for me, I mean, first off, I got onto Ziyech. I thought Ziyech was awful in really the whole game. But first half, he was awful. Obviously, he's in his prime, so I do worry about him as well. 27. You guys got Van der Beek from the same league as well. Do you worry about these Dutch players coming over? Do you know what I mean? Getting used to this league. Do you think it's a bit, because it's looking a bit rough for them? Do you know what I mean? I know Van der Beek's not really getting many minutes, but they're coming out of good Ajax systems that were well coached, and then Ziyech, let's be real, he came in under a rookie manager. Same for your guy as well. and maybe you take them out of those systems where they perform really well in, and that it was like a well-oiled machine. It was just, you know, each pass had a purpose. Now you stick them in a vibe thing, and it's wild.
Yeah, but the same could be said for Havertz and Werner, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, the exact same thing could be said for Havertz and Werner. At the end of the day, systems are real in football, and sometimes systems can either make players look good or make them look bad. Do you know what I mean? And it's one of them ones where it's adaptation, innit? I think Ziyech is definitely the most talented out of all the players that you signed. However, it's one of them ones where he's going to have to adapt, bruv. He's a skinny youth, blood, and he's going to have to adapt to playing in England. I think he will. And also, I think that the system doesn't help him either. When you're going to a new country, and now you have to learn how to play in a completely different system to what you've made your name in as well. It's going to take him a while, bro. In this system, you're probably looking at him or Kai Havertz to maybe play in a false nine or something, because I don't think, because I think that there's not enough creativity high up the pitch for Chelsea, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
There's not.
Like,
I want to know.
Out of your two midfielders, none of them ain't got a Pogba pass in them where you can split the defense from deep.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so
That's what Chelsea lack, is a deep line playmaker. There's no one to really cut open the defense from deep, and really even up the pitch is the same problem. We've got a lot.
That's why you need a creative player higher up the pitch, and that's why I say Havertz or Ziyech might be the answer, bruv. Playing them in like that false nine role.
You know what I want to ask?
Half turn and slide people through, maybe.
Yeah.
You know what I want to ask? I'm shocked, me, because I would have thought this system would have been. You know how Tuchel played the 4-3-3 for PSG? I'm shocked why he don't play that system for Chelsea. Or is it the fact that you guys are so weak at the back that is compensating it, and you kind of need that protection at the back? Because I look at it,
playing three at the back, bro. It's a sensible thing to do to get to the end of the season before you can bring in your own players. Like,
but I'm just thinking, you know, with the way Chelsea have got the wingers and Pulisic, and for me, I don't understand why Pulisic went up front. I thought, for me, it kind of knocked Chelsea back in terms of the rhythm and what they were trying to build, especially when they put Ziyech up there as well. So I'm just thinking, for you guys' sake, why, for me, 4-3-3 might be the it's looking dead.
They can have good days. They can have good days, but they can have very bad days. Zuma, positionally, concentration-wise, we saw it against Southampton. He was off the pace, wasn't aware, got caught out for the goal from Minamino. Christensen, we know he's not been top form over the years. 100%, he's one of those players that has good awareness, concentration, but physically sometimes he can be lacking. He's a very, very much a confidence player as well. He's in great form at the moment, but I feel like he's been put in a structure that helps him. You've got Azpilicueta to your right, very experienced, can lead. You've got Rudiger, a little bit of pace, a little bit more, strength and that next to you on the left. So he's kind of surrounded where he can feel a bit more comfortable. If you start asking Chelsea without Thiago Silva for me to play a back four, I've seen Chelsea try and play 4-3-3 this season under Lampard. We wasn't really any more entertaining going forward. Now, obviously, there's a new manager in charge, but I really don't think it's a change of formation that's going to make Chelsea more expressive going forward. Formations, as Tuchel said in his interviews, and Brendan Rodgers said the same thing, formations are just shape. Defensive shape, attacking shape. The way that you play in these formations is the same. It's the same thing. It's the same principle. So for me, when we play with three at the back, we still have the wing backs that act as wingers and get high up the pitch. We still have two number 10s that are meant to be creative, and we've still.
I feel like James didn't do that properly though. I thought Hudson-Odoi did it better than James.
Yeah, I agree.
James is, for me, didn't have that kind of same effect as Hudson-Odoi, and he almost killed that right hand side off. You know what I mean? And then that's why Giroud was starved of anything, and he had to go off. Do you know what I mean? I was surprised.
I do think, and I keep saying this because people, we've played Reece James at right wing back a few times now. I think if you play Reece James at right-sided centre-back, I know Azpilicueta is kind of undroppable right now, but if you play Reece James right-sided centre-back, and the amount of times you have to play a progressive vertical pass in between the lines as a right-sided centre-back who's right-footed and step into midfield, I think Reece James might be better at that than Azpilicueta, because Azpilicueta is quite a, rigid, defensive fullback. He's not really, he's not really going to have the flair or the passing ability to do much out of his lane. So for me, Reece James can cross from that inverted position. We've seen, Azpilicueta do it under Conte. Kevin De Bruyne picks up that right channel space as well on cross. So I think that can happen. But 100%, I think Hudson-Odoi is way better at wing back, because he's just, he's a natural winger. He knows how to operate on the touchline, how to make those runs. He's a little bit more electric. But for me, guys, first half, I just wasn't impressed, man. I wasn't impressed with either team. I think Kante, I know Kante got man of the match in the end. First half, I wasn't really that happy. And again, defensively, he was great.
But his passing's meaty, bro.
It's the passing.
But it was anyone else, though.
Passing's meaty, fam.
The one good thing we did, though, in the first half was squeeze you guys in. You know what I mean? I felt at the start, you played over the top. Remember that ball where you made 3 passes and you split us wide open? And then after that, I don't know what happened here, but Ollie must have got them together. And then we started squeezing you up. And then Kante kept giving the ball away. And then obviously you guys just kept giving the ball away. But I thought the second half, you guys didn't take advantage of that first 15 minutes, mate. We were all over the place, mate.
That's what I'm saying.
All over the gaff.
And people get onto me, right? Because I criticize Kante for not being able to, for not keeping the ball. I'm not asking Kante to do defense splitting passes. I'm not asking him to do anything. I know he won man the match in second half. He was a lot better. And I know he was 100% the main reason why Bruno was so quiet, because he literally marshaled Bruno out of the game, which was great. Tackles and interceptions, fantastic. High for those stats again. But if you're going to play midfield for Chelsea in that first half, you cannot have 66% passing accuracy. And the guy next to you, Kovacic, who has to escape the same press, has 90%.
What was Fred's pass accuracy, blood? Because I told you, man, Kante is washed, you know, and you man didn't want to listen to me. So,
but he has a purpose, though.
But he does have a purpose, the same purpose as Fred, bruv. Run around.
Yeah, exactly.
This is the thing with our fan base, is that when Kante wins man the match, they say, oh, he's perfect, Matisse. I'm saying, I didn't criticize him because I don't like him. I don't have no personal beef. It's not an agenda. I'm saying if you're going to play in the midfield, for the top teams, when we're trying to attack, you can't be giving the ball away and having an 8 turnovers in the first half.
He's dead on the ball, blood. He's whack on the ball, Kante, bro. But man's been saying it for time. Man is still screaming world class, bro. Listen, he's washed. You know them,
Fred,
man.
8.9%.
Bro, don't chat to me. You know them. I told man about Kante, blood. Man's in a team that can actually pass, and man's putting up those numbers. Allow it with a shape. And Fred's playing with a fucking calamity thing.
I think he'll learn his lesson now, too, though. He'll learn his lesson now that he can't play in the big games. That maybe that kind of when you need to be on the front foot. You know, you can't play.
It's when he's pressed, bro. When he's pressed, second half he was fine. So, like, I'm not coming for the second half, but first half.
Yeah, because second half, no one wanted to play.
Half the game, bro. You know what I'm saying? So tackles, interceptions, fantastic. Like I said, I don't ignore those, but you have to be able to keep the ball in a top team in the midfield. You can't keep giving it away. There's no point. I kept saying this. You can't just win the ball back and then just give it away, and then win it back, give it away. Like that defeats the purpose of winning it back.
It's like having 10 ball recoveries and then 15 giveaways. It's like getting the ball 10 times and then giving it 15 times. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what we were doing last time against West Brom.
It's long. And the reason why I bring it up is because, again, I'm just trying to get into our heads that we don't have a natural holding midfielder, which is again why we don't play the 4-3-3. So Tuchel, Sarri didn't want to play Kante in the lone DM, and I agree with them. I prefer him in a double 6 where he's playing now, or even right side midfield, because I don't want Kante to have the most touches on the football pitch. That doesn't make sense for me. Like, he's not that type of player. He's not the type of player that you want to keep giving the ball and make the attacks go through him. He's the guy that wins the ball back, defends the transitions. He can, dribble and maze his way through players at times, and he's good on the ball in that sense. But in terms of picking the ball up and passing it around and spraying it about and unlocking defenses, he's not.
This is why, Matisse.
So we need a DM.
This is why, Matisse, this summer, it's going to be the battle of the DMs, mate. Listen, this summer, Kante
even Man
and
City
Declan Rice.
do with one, bro.
Exactly, because Fernandinho's is getting on now, and I don't think Rodri is a long-term kind of plan. You know what I mean? I think Rodri will fall off. When people suss him out. That's why for me this summer, Declan Rice and Didi and Basuma as well. Them three. If the top 6 clubs don't go, listen, it'll be like a transfer mellow, mate. It'll be crazy, mate. Tottenham will be there. The Man United's gonna be there. Chelsea's gonna be there. Arsenal, going to be there because still they need someone alongside Partey, and then they can have the natural 10 in there. So for me, it's going to be madness this summer, mate. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who you want. I think the natural one is because of the love story. It's Declan Rice, isn't it?
We're going to get into it, Jack. We're going to get
You know what I mean?
I'm going to blaze through these super chat. Ali said, we get onto United, but Chelsea are toothless up front, Matisse. Tuchel got to find a way. Could 10 goals in 9 games stinks. United with a serious coach is scary hours. They have the talent to compete with anyone. We're going to get into that very quickly. I'm just going to fly through some more, but I will get into that because I want to judge the quality of Manchester United squad as well before we get into the DM debate. But I test merchant says Chelsea don't have a DM like McTominay or Fred. I don't think McTominay is a DM for me. When I saw McTominay in
he's
this
more
game,
of a box to box.
Yeah, he's box to box. He's like that guy who likes to sneak in and take long shots and get a bit forward. And I thought to myself when he was unavailable, I was actually quite happy because I thought your midfield, Fred and Matic, would be quite static and stay. But then when McTominay plays and Bruno, you have someone that, you know, if you're focusing on Bruno, then McTominay might get a bit forward. But obviously, Oli Myers decided today that wasn't it. In terms of in terms of the DMs as well, we'll get into that. But when people say with a top manager, you know, I remember Sai, we spoke about this in Big Six. You're saying that you have a top squad. How are these players? You know, Martial's, your Rashford's, just because obviously I grew up with United on Berbatov, on Tevez, on Rooney, on Ronaldo, on Smoke, right? These players for me, they're not there. Do you know what I mean? They're levels below. So how good is Man United's squad? That's really what I have to ask. How good is your actual squad?
You know what? Shall I tell you the honest answer? It's only as good as you use it.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's only good as you use it, mate. And that for me, is a damning statement of Oli, mate. And for me, he hasn't used it well. You know what I mean? When you look at it, we're never ever going to progress because what he does is this is a kind of a weird thing in a way. Our defense is not that bad, but what he does is we could be better going attacking forward. You know what I mean? Attacking football. So what he does is he plays McTominay and Fred to babysit the two at the back because they're not good enough when there's pacing behind and they're basically left 1v1. There was a moment where you play the ball over the top and you 1v1 and McTominay just about had the legs to get back. I think it was a Mason Mount when he carried the ball. Just about so for me, when you look at the squad we've got an unbelievable squad in terms of depth, mate. But the fact is, we're never ever gonna see that, if Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is making substitutions at 78th minute, and he's done that time and time again. So I don't know, mate. I just think that a better manager would use that properly and use that wisely and realize, you know what? Okay, then. Chelsea are trying to keep the ball and whatnot. Right, let's bring on Donny van der Beek on. Let's see what we're about, innit? You know what I'm trying to say to you? Martial, he put on Mason Greenwood, who I thought had a decent game yesterday. Rashford and James. Tell me where's the ball retention over there? So we can never play over one ball over the top, and have one person, let it stick on him, and let people run into play. We couldn't have that. So that's a problem with us. We don't use our squad wisely. And the manager doesn't have the tactical nous, to get these guys who are, for me, kind of not Man United standard, to elevate their game. So what we're going to do with this manager now? What we're going to do is play, and we're just hunging them up for drive. And we're going to get these McTominay friends, you know what? Just stay where you are and never go forward. Is that what we're going to do for the rest of the season? For the rest of the time we're here? And that's a problem, mate.
It's mad. I mean, for me as well, when I look at our midfield, because obviously we talk about ball retention, I've spoken enough about Kante. I think Chelsea, as fans, we've got a good midfield, but we don't have a great midfield. And right now, a Chelsea fan, it's very easy for us to look at it and say, defense sorted, midfield sorted, attack washed. I think in terms of potential, there's a lot of potential in the attack. Hudson-Odoi, I still believe in Pulisic, even though the numbers are really poor this season. But he needs to get over his injury. Yeah, he hasn't been fit. So what I need from Pulisic is I need him to be consistently fit, and then I need him to be on the pitch and delivering like he was at the end of last season. But Hudson-Odoi, I think, has got a lot of talent going forward as well. I think Kai Havertz as well. Timo Werner, I think, again, if you use him correctly, you can definitely get goals out of him. You can get output out of him. He reminds me of Aubameyang when he was in the Bundesliga, when Tuchel was managing him. Not great in general play. I wouldn't say, first touch is always great. I wouldn't say the passing is great. But if you use him, get him in behind the defence, there is space in the Premier League in behind at times. Vardy's shown that. Aubameyang's shown that. Get them in behind, and then it's down to Werner to finish and convert, which he needs to improve on as well. But again, it's not like Aubameyang's the most... a lot of these top strikers in the Premier League, they're not actually the most... Their conversion rates are not that great. Do you know what I mean? So
I know.
It's an interesting
This league is so overhyped. It's unbelievable, blood.
You think so?
You're so overhyped, bruv. You seen it, bruv. Bruv, look at the players.
The best conversion rate.
Bruv, look at the players, Bruv, look at the players that are putting up numbers in this league, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And then when we're talking about like on the world stage, how many of them, man, are you putting anywhere near World 11? None of them. Like, bruv, like honestly, bro. Like we've been known to have this bias here, because obviously we grow up in it. They spend the most money here.
It's entertainment, though, right? It's entertainment. We're
Yeah,
entertaining league. So
it's some joke thing. You know them ones. If you're doing,
definitely think
doing a World 11
right
now, brother. If we're doing a World 11 right now, how many players are you taking from the Premier League outside of Kevin De Bruyne? Yeah, and I mean on this season, yeah. Outside of Kevin De Bruyne,
this season,
bruv, who you playing?
probably,
who you playing up front? Haaland and Mbappe don't play here. Do you know what I mean? If man want to put Messi and Ronaldo in there, they don't play here. You know what I mean? Even though they wouldn't be in one. Defensively, you're not putting Harry Maguire in one. Virgil's injured. Like what? Like, come on. How many world-class centre backs have you got in the Prem?
Gone down.
How many world-class centre backs do we have in the Prem now compared to 10 years ago? Do we have 5?
I think Diaz is close.
That's it. Ruben Diaz and who? You see what I'm saying, bro? It's dead, bro. Let's be real. Let's be
maybe
real.
Cancelo at right back. Yeah, Man City players.
I think Thiago Silva's.
Are you putting Robertson at left back in the World 11? No, you're not, blood. You know them
this season.
Davis and you got Mendy, who are both better than him. Like, bruv, when you look at the Premier, how many world-class players are in the Premier League? World-class, undisputed. There's not that many, bruv. Man need to stop gassing, bro. There's bare overrated players in this league, fam.
You think so?
Bare. I don't care. Bare, blood. Man could barely get an 11 out of it.
Yeah, it's for me. It's an entertaining league, though. It's not for the
That's
quality
what it
of
is.
football.
It's high energy, high energy, but the quality is
Yeah.
not high, bruv. I don't care. It's
Does
not high.
Robertson get in? I don't know because I think
Robertson ain't better than Mendy, blood.
He's not better than Digne.
He's not better, bruv. He's not better than
better left back.
He's not better than
Davies at Bayern Munich.
I'd take Luca Digne as well, blood.
Oh, Luca Digne all day long over
Digne's
Robertson,
a
man.
good player. I think even Davies. I think
Robertson's just a wavy athlete, blood. He ain't no best left back in the world, fam. Allow it. You know
for me, I'm taking Digne all day long.
I think Thiago Silva's blessing this league. That's a good point from YB1. I think if Thiago Silva was a bit younger, I think he would.
Man said Robertson's better than Mendy. Get out of here, man. Get out of here.
Nah, Digne for me is clear. Digne is clear, man, of everyone. For me, Digne, clear, mate. Clear. What we saying about Harry Kane?
Pogba's not fit. That's why I'm not putting Pogba in my World 11 right now. You know them ones. And yeah, Jack, cool. But how many men outside of England are going to agree that Jack's in there, blood? No one.
Thing is with Jack is that
no one. Yeah, exactly.
We have to get him at a top club on
exactly. Yes, go to the top stage.
Jack is my guy, blood. Jack is my guy, but I'm telling you, outside of England, no one don't care about the Premier the way you man think they do. No one don't care, blood. As much as I love Jack Grealish, in Spain, they don't give a fuck about Jack.
That's why the Euros is key in it this summer. The Euros is going to be key this summer.
Yeah.
Where Jack Grealish would get his name out there. You know what I'm saying to you? Son, I don't think Son's hit the heights though this season.
Bruv, listen, whether Son's world class or not, that's not the argument. Does he get in the World 11? No, he doesn't. What, ahead of who? Mbappe? Yeah, all right. You know, like that, bruv. It's mad, bro.
Yeah, I mean, even if you're looking at even a crop of midfielders, we used to have the Gerrards, the Scholes, the Lampards, Yaya Toure,
and now it's just De Bruyne.
Look at the midfield. Chelsea, there ain't nobody. Man United's Bruno is obviously your top guy for goals and assists in terms of. I'm looking at the league in terms of goal contributions. Pogba's not really fit, but I wouldn't put those two alongside.
Man are saying Kane, yeah. Man are saying Kane, yeah, but Benzema's not dead. Suarez ain't dead. Lewandowski's not dead. Haaland's not dead. All these men are alive, you know.
Now, with Harry Kane, though, he would get our respect, but what on the World 11? They never give him respect.
You'll get our respect. But them men at Bayern aren't saying, oh, Harry Kane. No, bruv.
Yeah, they say Lewandowski and Haaland. Haaland for me, it's a poster boy of football.
I think
he's a poster boy.
I think Kane's up there. I think if
Kane's there, but
I think if Harry Kane could stay fit, and he was at Real Madrid, I think he would.
I love Harry Kane. I think Harry Kane is a world-class player. But he's one of very few, blood, in this league. The way man gas it.
Yeah.
You know the ones. The way man gas up
in this league, very few.
And then the way they gas up this league, but then when they want their team to sign players, it's always from the leagues that they're brushing.
Yeah, it's true.
Allow me, bruv.
It's true.
You know the ones. Man are always gassing, yeah. But man aren't saying, oh yeah, go to this club in the Premier League and sound their left back, bro. Man are talking about these players they seen on fucking Championship Manager, bro.
Adam says Liverpool, Man United, Arsenal, all US owners, three biggest clubs. We spoke about
massive.
that, bro. It's obviously Liverpool owners as well. You know, Liverpool fans are going to start getting onto them as well. But in terms of the midfield debate as well, when we get into the DMs, because obviously we're both going to be looking for DMs. I mean, for me, when I look at Chelsea's midfield, we spoke about Kante as well. I mean, we've gone through your midfield as well. I feel like when I look at Jorginho as well, another player, very, you know, a good player. Is he a top player? No. Is he gonna, you know, for me, tick all the boxes? Absolutely not. From a physical standpoint, mobility wise, no. Even the final pass that I'm looking for from him on a weekly basis, the Cesc Fabregas ball, the deep line playmaker, has he got that in his locker? Not really. Is he gonna wait the pass like Fabregas can? He's got the vision to do it. It's the execution.
Who's that?
Jorginho, you know,
he does more sideways than forwards.
Yeah,
listen, the footballers like that don't exist no more, bruv. Like, listen, yeah. The sooner everyone realizes, yeah, how much football's declined technically, yeah, then you're just gonna have to, bruv, just bruv. There's no more Fabregases. There's no more Tourés, blood.
Alonso.
There's no more Alonsos.
David Silva's gone now. You know what I mean?
There's no more Gerrards. The closest thing to Steven Gerrard is Kevin De Bruyne. And when De Bruyne's gone, there's no more Kevin De Bruyne.
This is why Phil Foden is worshipped, bro.
It's the end of an era now, bruv. Like, all these men that we want equivalents to, they don't exist no more in football. Now, every wide player is a kick and run Mo Salah, bruv. That's gonna stat pad. That's what they are, blood. That's it. Like Timo Werner. Now we're just quick fucking players with shit touches, blood, that score goals. That's all man are seeing right now.
Yeah, man. It's sad reality.
That's all it is now. You know them, man. These men will say, oh, but they're sick because they're world class, their numbers. Nah, bruv, they're washed. I don't care. They're not ballers, fam. Do you know what I mean? They would never survive. They would have never survived in an era where you needed tech to play football. Now everyone's just fucking 8-packs and fucking kick and runs, blood.
I think that's what people want nowadays, isn't it? The sad reality is that's what, you know, the new generation of football fans.
I feel like because we all grew up on the Ronaldinhos and the Kakas,
man,
Roberto Carlos and Cafu.
Trust me, bro. And we're here having arguments. I'm here having arguments with 40-year-olds, bro, about football nowadays. I don't want to be doing that, man. You get me? And that's the sad reality. It's true, though, isn't it? Like, if they were here if this YouTube space here was
back in my day, you're about to do the back in my day thing, innit?
I'm not trying to do that. I'm just saying that if this YouTube space was there 10 years ago, I'm telling you now, bro, that we'd be talking about beautiful football, this and that, and
bro, you can keep going. That Spain team, the Spain team had about 6 midfielders in the front three.
Cazorla. Fabregas played. Santi was cold. Fabregas played false 9. All these men.
Cazorla, you had Cazorla,
and now Spain,
guy, what was his name?
And now Spain have Adama Traore, blood.
Yeah,
brother. How the
look
fuck
at the
do you go
squad
from David Villa, yeah, to Adama Traore
with the oil, hands on, yeah, man.
Oh
yeah,
true. Say back in the day, Adama Traore would never have got in the Spain squad in his life.
Not
with David Villa, with Pedro.
He wouldn't even have got a passport.
Wow. Rants went in there, yo. Chill, Rants. Chill.
Hey, bro.
Nah, come on, man. He lived in Spain, man. He lived in Spain, yo.
They wouldn't have given
Barcelona Academy.
I don't care. He wouldn't have got a passport.
He's a Barcelona Academy.
Nah, bro.
Man, like Rants, you know.
Oh my goodness. Yo.
I'm done, you know. I'm done with it.
Man said he would have got a passport, you know. Yo, listen, Rants.
You're rude.
You're rude, man.
From this myth about carry jobs at United to this bullshit with these dead ballers, bro. I'm tired of all of it. Know what I'm saying? Like, man are gonna grow up and tell their kids that Mo Salah was world class and that. Man misses that 10 chances a game and that can't control a football, blood.
But do you know what it is? I feel like players. This is what I feel. I feel like players have become so system focused. Like and they have fewer traits. So like Kovacic, right? I love him, but he's very pressure resistant. Cool. He's a bit of a blend between Kante and Jorginho, but he's not like we all call him world class.
Kante and Jorginho because he can actually dribble, blood.
Yeah, we all call him world class, but he hasn't got the finishing at one side of the box, and on the other side of the box, he's not a natural DM.
He's a system player, isn't it?
Bro, Zidane was press resistant. You know what I mean? The top players in world football are always press resistant. That just comes with the game.
Too many training sessions.
If you were good, it meant that you were press resistant, because what that means is, that man has actually got, you're technically sound, bruv, at every level. These footballers today, most of them are not technical, bruv. They're not technical, bro.
You know
Get
what?
down the line, chase it, cool. You know what I mean? Flash it across the box, whatever, bruv.
There's too much. The football now is based on, there's a lot of computerized stuff. You know, why have you done this? Why have you, run down this in that zone? You know what I mean? Why were you in that kind of operating in that place? Football has become like a computer now. So, and that's why for me, all this analytics
expression.
No, bro, it's a numbers game now. It's computerized.
Yes.
That's what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is.
There's
And so after the game,
as there was.
yeah, exactly. So after the game, you know how, like, I think Guardiola tries to keep that. He's the only manager in this league that's trying to keep the art of football. That's why for me nowadays, as much as City are my close neighbours, I never used to watch Guardiola's football, but now I look at it and think, you know what, man, that's probably the closest I'm going to get to watching decent football in this kind of like the week of football. That's how bad it's gone, mate. That I'm having to watch Guardiola's football and say, you know what,
good, bro. Like, that's why I had one brother come into my last thing, and he was like, a man were like, remember the Bears put up the soups chat, and he was talking about he was basically saying that how us United fans are overrating Bruno, blood, and he's not better than Gundogan, he's not better than Ndombele, he's not better than Grealish, he's not better than De Bruyne and that. And the man were like, oh, he's better than Gundogan. I was like, are you high? Have you watched man play? If you watch Gundogan play, you can see the levels of this baller, bro. Like, he's a fullback, technical, fucking brilliant player. Do you know what I'm saying? He even scored that goal the other day, blood, where he plucked the ball out of the air and sent my man to the shops and that, bro. Like, he's got it. You know that he oozes, fam. He's a throwback midfield player that can play in between both boxes, pass, tackle, assist, score goals, everything. Beautiful footballer, bruv. That wouldn't be out of place in the 90s, early 2000s, blood.
Yeah. Why everyone saying Silva is world 11, captain PSG to a final? I mean, he's
100.
Come towards the end.
Yeah, 100. I would still have him in and around that one level.
This Farid Bear said Bruno's technical. No, he's not. If you think he's a technical player, you're mad.
He's not. Bro,
KDB's technical, blood. KDB's technical.
This is what people are not getting.
Can't receive the ball in the half turn in tight spaces. Like man,
that's not how he plays, though. Bruno doesn't play like that. He's a final third base player.
Ball and just slaps it into the box in the final third, bruv. That's what man
does. He's a final third player. But it's similar. They're different players. Gundogan can play around.
One is a more direct player and stats based, and the other one is a technical all-round player. You can't. Yeah. If you can compare the two, bruv, don't call man technical. That's mad to me. Like, Grealish is technical, blood. Yeah. When I'm seeing him sliding perfectly weighted passes, rolling the ball under his feet, dribbling past players, outside of the foot pass, this, that, and the other, bruv. Technical ain't getting the ball and slapping it from 30 yards. That's not technical, bruv. And that's the thing. In this day and age, man think that's technical because man's got numbers. Numbers don't mean technical.
I'm not gonna lie, nobody can slap it from 30 yards anyway in this league at this point. Like, there's not many of them even doing that.
There's no Gerrards, blood.
There's no Gerrards.
No Gerrards.
Paul Scholes used to slap it from 30. Rooney used to slap it from 30. Ronaldo was slapping it from 30. Blood.
Balls was dropping out the sky.
Even Nani, man. Nani.
Balls was dropping out the sky from corner kicks, and even man like two guy at Blackburn were whacking it in top corner.
Even Charlie Adam was slapping it from 25, blood. Charlie Adam. How was Charlie Adam more technical than a lot of these Premier League ballers now, blood? Charlie Adam,
at Blackpool, do you remember?
Allow me.
But this is the thing, with this comment. Kovacic is world class. Put some respect. I love Kovacic, but what I'm saying is our standards of world class from what they were 10 years ago have fallen. If Kovacic played 10 years ago, if Kovacic played 10 years ago with the midfield of Lampard, Essien, Ballack, he wouldn't be world class. That's the point I'm making.
He'd be doing? He'd be polishing their boots. This is what
I'm talking about with this era. I'm not talking about Kovacic is not world class. Put some respect to his name. It depends on what era of football you've watched. But we are talking about a time where players were more complete. So he's press resistant. So was Michael Essien. But guess what? Michael Essien could score goals as well. Michael Essien was also physically imposing. Michael Essien was just more well-rounded. This is what I'm talking about.
People like Deco and them, man, bro. Come on, man.
The standards
have dropped. Bro. Remember that beautiful football like Deco and them.
So he might be world-class in this era. He might be world-class in this era, but what I'm trying to tell you is that this era is not lit right now. It's not the levels to the last era of midfielders.
Bruv, man was saying that Havertz was world-class when you signed him, and now look at man struggling.
Yeah, he's a poster boy, innit? Another one.
I was saying Werner was world-class because of his numbers in Germany. Come to England, struggling, bro. What's man telling me?
I give everyone one season, innit? But I give everyone
all these
one
men
season,
are meant to be top players struggling, Matisse, bro. Aubameyang's not world-class. He's a top finisher, bro. He's not world-class. He never was world-class.
I don't know.
He's a world-class finisher, bro. Like, his finishing's up there, but guess what? He misses hella chances too. His all-round game.
Is that what a striker is, though? Strikers have to finish, though, innit?
Yeah, but strikers don't just finish, bro. Like, being a striker is not just finishing, because, bruv, most players,
the Premier League, though.
Bruv, there's a lot of players, that aren't strikers, that if you give them the chances that some of these strikers get, they'll score them, blood. You know the ones. Man can say Aubameyang's world-class, but, bruv, he ain't world-class, bruv. If you're thinking about the best strikers in the world, he's probably not even in the top 10 conversation.
I don't know. I'm going to say he's world-class. I think he's world-class.
I
not world-class, bro. No chance.
I think on his day, he's world-class in this era. But again, I keep saying that because Henry, I'm looking at Henry.
He's not a world-class footballer, bro. I don't care. He's not a world-class footballer, bro.
I'm looking at Henry and I'm looking at Luis Suarez. That's what I'm looking at. Do you know what I mean? For Premier League strikers. Aguero when he was fit.
Listen,
so that, do you know what I mean?
Aubameyang ain't world-class no more. I don't care. Like, it's one of them ones. Man could say, that right, maybe he was 3-4 years ago. Cool, if you want to say that. He ain't world-class. Is this
like his first off-season, though, would you say?
It is. It is. But for me, I've always looked at it. I've always looked at people. Bruv, not that many.
He's having a bad season overall.
Bruv, listen, you know what it is with you, man, Man want to throw around the world-class thing, to every Tom.
Too loosely.
No, not everyone, but I think Aubameyang, for me, I genuinely believe he's world-class.
This world-class thing, I don't. I don't, bruv. Do you know what I'm saying? Because for me, like when I look at man play,
it's true. Is he better? Okay, for instance, is he better than Alexis Sanchez was when he was at Arsenal? No.
So
that's
that's difficult though. Difficult players, different players that will play. You know, Sanchez was from the streets, bro. Man was from the streets, bro. The way that's the football we enjoyed watching. He was from the streets, bro. But Aubameyang, for what he does for me, I think he's world class for me.
He carries that team like every year.
Who
carries that team?
Who carries that team?
Huh? Aubameyang.
Who carries the team?
From an output, he definitely carries them. One season he had like 50% of their goals. 50%.
Ramsey's not having it.
One season without Aubameyang, I can't remember the statistics. They would have been like 16th without Aubameyang. 16th, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
You know what I'm saying?
Rans looks like as if he's done well.
Bruv, man said carried. I hate this thing carried. Fuck off, bro. Alexis carried, man. Alexis used to pick up the ball, go past 3 man, slap it in the top corner, bro. That's what carrying a team is. Yeah. Not, man paid you through on goal and you slotted it in. That's not carrying a team, bro. You did your job. Do you know what I'm saying?
Nah, I think you're being a bit harsh there.
Bruv, outside of just literally finishing, and even his finishing, he's not clinical either.
What? Oh my day! He has sitters. He has sitters.
He misses some.
He has sitters, but
that man are putting out compilations of Aubameyang missing in big games, blood. Missing.
Yeah, no.
I think the Olympiacos last season.
Nah, you're crazy.
Yo, Rants not having it, mate. Listen, I'm not gonna lie to you, man. I don't think about Man United all day long, mate.
Them chances that Aubameyang's missing, bruv. I swear down, I will give them to Charlie Austin, bruv. He's bagging them.
Wow, that's crazy. Yo, Charlie Austin, you know. Yo, get the NWO side, man. Get that NWO on the background, bro.
Danny Ings, blood. I'll give it to Danny Ings. He's bagging it.
Jeez, man. Nah, I'm not having that.
You would have taken Man United.
Nah, bro.
Come on, Rants, man. Come on, Rants, man. Nah, relax on Rants. Come on. You don't have him at Arsenal, bro. He's world class, mate.
Nah, fuck off, is he world class, man?
So you're telling me you want to have
Arsenal ain't got no world class players at their team. Their closest player to world class here is Thomas Partey, bruv, and he can't even stay fit. They ain't got no world class players. Allow me.
I don't know, man. You wouldn't have him at United. I'd have him all day long, mate. That's
Bruv, he's a good finisher, bro. He's a good finisher when he gets the chances, yeah, when he gets paid clean through on goal. Other than that, man can't link play, man can't do nothing, bro. He might as well be Chicharito, blood. You know them.
Oh, wow.
I swear that he might as well be, blood.
I like Chicharito. I'm not gonna lie.
But that's what I'm saying. But that,
he used to always score against us.
Chicharito Hernandez had his place in the team, but you see, in this era of football, yeah, just being a tapping merchant ain't enough, bro. It's not.
Bruh.
Yeah.
This is 2021, bro.
This convo went south.
Scoring 1 in 5.
That's what you're doing, man.
Scoring 1 in 5. 1 in 5 1-on-1s don't make you a world-class striker, bro. Allow me.
I get where you're coming from, because obviously, like I said, standards.
Yeah, I do as well, but
your Henry's to your Suarez's. But in this day and age, with what we've got on offer, like, you know, the ones where, okay, so the chef that you had in your last house was cooking 5-star meals, and now you're getting 4-star meals. Like, but
that's not even a 4-star.
With what's at the buffet, with what's available, he is one of the best.
He is for now. This era, we're playing this world class.
So now you're saying in this era he's world class. Still, for me, he's not. Like, when I look at Aubameyang, I don't see a better finisher than Jermaine Defoe or someone like that.
Jermaine Defoe was GOAT, though. He's GOAT. Though.
No, because no one was saying Defoe was world class ever.
It's true, you know. But
I was.
He never played for a top 4 team, yeah. And Jermaine Defoe was a better finisher than Aubameyang. Facts. I don't care. I'm not hearing it. So because of that,
no, he was.
How can man come and tell me that Aubameyang's world class, bro? Get the fuck out of here, bro. What kind of football?
That's what I'm saying. In this era,
listen, Aubameyang puts up good numbers, yeah, cool. But how many chances man getting to put up those numbers, bro? Do you know what I'm saying? That comes down to the team making chances for man to score goals, bro. That don't mean that you're wavy. Sometimes it's just the system, bro. As soon as the system didn't suit Aubameyang no more, all of a sudden, no goals, blood. None. And that's his only job because he can't link play. If he had an all-round game, I'd be more forgiven, because you know what? If Aubameyang wasn't scoring, but he was doing the link play thing and doing the fucking Firmino thing and bringing people in and making everyone else better around him, then I'll be like, you know what? He's a world-class player, because you know what? He can get those numbers, but man can adapt his game. Bro, man just out here drowning, blood. No contribution to the game if man's not scored. None. Nothing.
So you're saying it's more like Saka and Smith Rowe and them brothers are making, are having to make him look
when
better.
He was scoring the goals is because them were playing solely to make chances for him to score. As soon as that stopped happening, man stopped scoring, bruv.
But you got to differentiate what is been told to come there to do. You know, he's not been told to kind of link up the play. He's been there to provide him the goals. And for me, while he's
been told, bruv, like he's 29, 30 years old, bruv.
No, he's 31 now. 31.
Oh my God, he's 31. A man can't adapt his game at 31 years old.
No, but he wasn't told. I don't think he was told to adapt, though. I don't think he was told to adapt.
Because this is a very stats-based generation, and I'll make
of course, I understand that.
People will praise Aubameyang to the high heavens
only because he scores goals.
But in the same breath, they'll disrespect a player like Didier Drogba, who made other players around him play better.
Yeah,
you see what I'm saying? Drogba set up Lampard for half them goals.
But you have to differentiate the two. That's why we shouldn't be comparing the two, though.
I'm not comparing. But I'm saying this. I'm just saying. In terms of stats, people will make Aubameyang the Lord and Savior and tell you Drogba was trash. Do you see what I'm saying? This
exactly.
Is
I don't care how many fucking front flips man does. Yeah, I'm not having it. You know them ones. I'm not having it, bro. Because as soon as the team stop playing 4-man, man's not bagging goals no more. Man's on the big money on the armband, and you're not notching. And man's talking about carrying teams, blood. Allow it. Not here for it.
Shouldn't be wearing the armband. Shouldn't be wearing it. I've said that from the get.
For me,
you know that comment there.
If man said, bruv, honestly, when I look at man's all-round game, yeah, cool. He can finish a chance if you put it on a plate for him. But a lot of strikers can. Do you know what I'm saying? His defining thing is he's very quick. He's very quick. You don't give man no space in behind, yeah, and you're not trying to give him 3-4 chances a game. Man ain't scoring, bruv. I've seen him in many big moments for Arsenal. Miss sitters, bro. Do you know what I'm saying?
But it's also been there to save them as well.
Yeah, because he's the only one. When you're the only one, yeah, The light's on you, blood. So of course, when it comes off, man are gonna suck you off, bro. But the facts are, man ain't the top level. Man can't tell me that he's at the same level as a Benzema or a Louis and them man there. He's not, bro. He's just a quick striker that will score if he gets.
They're on it. They're on another level. They're on another level.
So how can you say he's world class?
No, but, I think you can have different tiers, though, innit? You can have different tiers of world class.
World class for me is one tier, blood. You can't say there's different tiers of world class. That's a mad thing.
No, but for me, when you look at
world class, you're a top class player, or you're not, bro. He's a good Premier League level striker, top Premier League striker.
But it's necessarily what Bayern do or what Arsenal do. Two completely different things as well. That's all. It can be a bit like, it's a bit harsh on Aubameyang. You're probably thinking, what would Aubameyang do in that squad, that Bayern Munich squad? He's had all that service.
I'm not gonna lie, they wouldn't
Thiago, Goretzka.
But you can say the same thing about Danny Ings then. If Danny
I don't think they would use him.
No, not Danny Ings. That's it. I didn't compare Danny Ings. So.
The reason why I'm saying Danny Ings is because you don't have to be at a top club to be a good finisher, bro. At the end of the day, normally when you're at bigger clubs, you get more chances, so you score more goals. So that's what I said, bro. With players like Defoe and stuff like that, man, laugh and that. But if he was playing at a Man United, where in their heyday were creating 4, 5, 6 big chances a game, his goal record would be insane, bro. But he didn't. He was playing at West Ham's. He was playing at Tottenham's, and he still put up numbers. And Portsmouth, he still put up numbers.
Even Rangers now.
He's still putting up numbers at Rangers right now, blood. That's what I'm trying to say to you, bro. Like, when you're at a bigger club, you get more big chances. When you look at big chances missed and that, it's usually the players at the big clubs.
True.
So man can't say, well, not a Danny Ings. Of course, players like that are scoring at Southampton that are getting less big chances. If you put them in a big team and they get a run of games and they get these chances, they're going to score. Even Agallo scored for us. Man can't say that, bro. Anyone can score for Man United if they play enough games.
And to be honest, Aubameyang wouldn't get into Bayern Munich's team, because if you look at Bayern Munich, the way that they scout for players,
that was a hypothetical,
they wouldn't ever sign Aubameyang or Timo Werner because they don't do enough for them in general play in terms of what they can do on the ball. Like their wingers, Gnabry, Leroy Sané are very technically complete players. Do you know what I'm saying? On the ball, they're good dribblers. They can create chances. You know what I mean?
Can Oba do any of that? No. So, bruv. So he's not in the world class conversation for me because
someone said Aubameyang is to Arsenal what Bruno is to United. I guess that's
exactly. And I don't think Bruno's world class either. If the only thing that you can, bruv, like, literally,
potential. How
world class for me?
He's 26 now, 26. So
okay,
he's got a few years.
Fair enough. These kids will say he's world class because of his numbers. You know them.
I know, understand that. For me, I'm looking at a better coach though. Better coach to elevate even more. I reckon you get.
I hear what you're saying, but then when I look at the stats for Portugal, they don't look the same, innit? So
I know, because you know why though. But if Portugal is playing as a Roman 8 though, he's playing as a Roman 8.
Cool. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, bro, like numbers ain't everything. Man will always come with numbers, for their argument. Watch the game. Watch Aubameyang what he's doing when he's not scoring goals, blood. Just running around, blood, doing nothing. No man's land, not involved in the game, nothing. Like that. He's not better than Jamie Vardy, blood. You know them.
I can just see the drop off in terms of starting 11s as well. I mean, someone just said here, Nani, one of the most underrated Man United players. He was a squad player for Man United, and now you've got Danny.
And he's walking into this team right now.
Walking.
He's one of our best players.
Walking.
You know why? He's a creator.
And he would walk into this team, and he'll be top 3 best players in the team straight away.
Yeah. That's fact, and I can agree with that one now. That one I can agree with you.
That's the level right now.
Yeah.
That's the level right now, bro. And that's what I'm trying to say, bro. Don't get gassed by numbers on their own, bruv, because numbers have a meaning depending on how you isolate the incident, bro. Like Oba's got numbers, but man can't tell me that 20 goals for Southampton, or 25 goals or however much Ings scored, isn't more impressive than scoring 20 goals for Arsenal, because it is. It is. You know the ones. How many players outside of the big 4 teams, like the top 4 teams, put up 20 plus goals in the league? It very rarely happens.
Yeah,
it very rarely happens. And when you look at the difficulty of the goals that man are scoring as well, even Ings' goal that he scored against Liverpool, Oba ain't scoring that with his left foot. Go away, man. Do you know what I'm saying?
But we keep talking about players as well coming out of their systems and shining. We talk about a game yesterday that was very much, tight and rigid. If there were truly and I'm talking truly world-class players on that pitch.
Someone would have come up.
It would have been
They
a
would
difference.
have decided that game.
Yeah.
Do you think
Someone would have come
Hazard,
up.
imagine Hazard.
Bro, Hazard. Do you think Hazard or Cristiano Ronaldo, when he was at United, allowed that game to sit 0-0?
Bruv, those are the games
Are you
that.
mad?
These are the games that Hazard would step up in, yeah?
Yeah.
Step up, mate.
Like a moment of individual brilliance, going past 2 or 3 men or curling one in the top corner. There's been loads of
West Ham goal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's
the
been
goal
West
against West
Ham
Ham where we was up against the low block and he dribbled like 5 people. And this
There
is
you
why
go.
when we get into arguments about who's world class now, cool, they might be world class in this selection of players. But Eden Hazard, when he was at his prime in Chelsea, there ain't nobody in that Chelsea team that his level was like that. Nobody.
No.
Not even close. Apart from Thiago Silva, there's nobody.
Yeah.
Nobody, bro. And that's the drop off that we're talking about. It's a drop. Bruno Fernandes get into that prime Manchester United team that won the Champions League in Moscow? Fuck no.
Nah, never.
Are you mad?
No.
Are you
Not
mad?
the way we played as well. Nah, definitely not, mate.
Bro, could you
Definitely
imagine
not, mate.
Bruno, I don't want to dig him out, but could you imagine Bruno Fernandes slotted alongside Scholes? Are you mad? No chance.
That's why
Rooney,
Carrick was for me underrated, mate. You know,
no chance, bro.
Madness.
It would be a disrespect to Scholes, bro. It would be a disrespect. To close up, fam. I mean, it's mad.
Gassed over right now, bruv. It just shows me that they ain't seen.
They haven't eaten, bro. That's. I feel sorry for this.
They haven't had a 3-course meal, man.
Eaten, bro. They're
Yeah,
starving.
man.
They're starving.
Yeah, they're starving. Yeah.
Like yesterday were literally tailor made for a big player, yeah, a proper world class player, yeah, to make the difference. There wasn't one on the pitch yesterday.
Facts.
There wasn't.
Sad reality, mate. Sad reality.
One, bro. On
But sell
either
Pogba, innit? You know, but Rants, they say sell Pogba, don't it? They say sell
Right.
Pogba.
saying, but there you go, innit? Like man's goal.
Hey, man, so let me just close this off, by the way. Man United have not created big.
Bruv, if your man doesn't score that goal, I mean, those are the clutch moments, blood. Those are the clutch moments, bro. When man's whipping it round, man, there. Do you know what I mean? Those are the things. Those are the kind of things that Hazard was doing. Those are the kind of things that Drogba was doing. Those are the kind of things that Rooney was doing in games like this.
But Berbatov wasn't even a guaranteed start for you, and he is cold. Cold. He was one of the four strikers.
There was nothing going on, no clear-cut chances. Wayne Rooney, 25 yards. You know them ones.
Yeah.
Like that, those are the kind of moments. Cristiano Ronaldo, 25 yards when there's nothing on.
That goal against Arsenal, do you remember? Champions League. Bloody hell, fam.
Fulham
40
away.
yards out. Are you mad?
Yeah.
You think anybody's
There's
doing
so
that
many
now?
goals, man.
Even Lampard would do that for you lot occasionally. Do you know what I mean? Nothing on. Frank Lampard, 25 yards.
I'm not gonna lie, Lampard might be better off
still,
putting his boots on than managing the team, fam.
bro, you know what I mean?
Oh.
Should have put his boots on.
Times, yeah, Lampard might pull one.
Yeah. What about Oli though? He might get a little, you know what I mean, at the end, super sub and that.
Well, you're trying to say that he should sub himself
Let's
on.
not dig that deep in the barrel, blood. You know them. World class moments, blood. We had them.
Yo.
Side games on their own.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying, and that's what I mean. These, bruv, there's a very small percentage of those kind of players that are still around now.
Trust me, man.
Europe sides.
That's why we got the Champions League, man. That's why we can just literally grab that Champions League, and we're lucky we can watch some of that. You know what I'm saying?
Even still, man, that Real Madrid team, you know, Kroos, Modric are on their way out. How many of them are Sergio Ramos on his way out? Who's coming to replace him? Barcelona team's dead. When Messi goes dead, do you know what I'm saying? Is De Jong as good as the brothers that just come from?
Nah, De Jong. I like the De Jong, but is he? You know what I mean? Busquets, mate.
From what
I
we're
don't know how
used
they're
to
gonna replace
watching,
him
again. Yeah, do you know what I mean? Like,
look at Pjanic, mate. Pjanic can't even.
Pjanic,
the way he
bro.
buffed,
What was that, bro?
brother, he's failed there, man. 30 million.
Football is falling, bro.
Falling, mate. It's
I might
falling,
have to
man.
change the title.
No, he might have to change the title, mate. I'm telling
Oh,
you. I'm not saying De Jong is good,
No,
yeah,
De Jong
but
is good. De Jong is
to
good,
replace
but he's
what
got
they
potential,
had,
but he needs-
to replace what they had, though, he's got a long way, mate. He's got a long way, mate.
Long
way to go, man.
Yeah. But he's like 21, 22. But really, De Jong is the only one that I can see in that midfield. I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah, they've got a couple of youngsters in Pedri that I think is gonna be a quality player. You know, them kind of youngsters that are coming up, but that's into the future, mate. You know, it's.
I feel like it's
crazy, man.
Fatty as well. But there's no one. My point is, there's no one in their prime at Barcelona that even look anywhere close to what they were. Do you know what I mean?
No
Not
one.
even close. Nobody.
Not even close, mate. It's It's sad reality, mate. Sad reality.
Times, fam. Trust. I mean, we didn't even get onto our DM debate. I mean, quickly, who would you guys take at DM? I mean, Declan Rice is always the name that goes around. Would you guys take him at United?
I like
I'll
Declan.
take
solve your problems.
I need a free, bro.
I like Declan. I like Ndidi. I like Basuma. I like Zakaria.
Basuma's a baller.
Samara is good as well.
But yeah, bro, I'll take any of them. Honestly,
but it will probably end up with bloody. You know what I mean? I don't know, mate. Who's out there? I mean, some fringe player, bro. We'll probably end up with some dead baller, mate. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, man. The way our club's run,
end up with another fucking Welsh reject, bro, from Ryan Giggs'.
I'm telling you, man.
Ryan Giggs' recommendations, blood. Allow it.
Yeah.
You, listen, people, this show has been funny, fam. We started off talking Chelsea Man United, but we had to just dive into the fall of football. And that's
got reckless.
That's what it is. It's true though. Do you know what I mean? When you go back and watch this stream on playback, you're gonna clock. You're gonna deep it in your brain cells. You're gonna be like, raw. Or if you're young, I'm telling you, go and watch Premier League years, fam. Seriously, that's all you got. Go and watch it.
It's available every week, man. I watch it every week, mate.
A little plug for them. Do you know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you, bro. Sky Sports, mate.
Go and watch that, because if you guys see the fall and from grace from what we were used to watching as kids, you're gonna realize. And I don't like to do that back in my dating, but I have to do it right now. I have to. Saeed, bro, let them know where to find you, bro. Big show this one.
Yeah, man. Big up to the people, man. United Central on YouTube. You know what it is, man. Big up.
100%. Links in description, obviously, and rants, bro. Let them know. They already know.
Rants on YouTube. Big up, people. Yeah, I mean, it was emotional. You know that.
I feel like
I'm relaxed, bro. I can see you, bro. Listen, I'm relaxed, G. You know them ones. I mean, sometimes I just feel like I just have to vent in it, because man.
Yeah, I get. You know what? Yeah, I actually get where you're coming from, because I know the strikers that you would have been used to watching when it comes to your Henrys, your Drogbas, your Agueros, your Luis Suarez's, and that's not even that long ago. And now we're talking about Aubameyang.
Not long ago at all.
It's not the same thing. It's just not. Berbatov, Tevez. I'm not gonna lie, Man United have better players on the bench than some of these brothers starting. Let's not get into it, fam.
Well, that's a whole other conversation, isn't it?
When you look at the 100 club in the Premier League, yeah, there's bare of them strikers in there, yeah, that would be
Nicholas Anelka, all of them.
These man that be back yamming these goals that Aubameyang's missing, bro. Bare of them.
Nicholas Anelka was clinical, fam. All of them, bro. Right, let me not do this, fam, because I need to go, fam. We got big 6.5 an hour to go and cry more. People, make sure you subscribe. You know what I'm saying? This has been a big boy stream. Thank you for the boys for joining me. It's always good when they're here. It's always mad. And yeah, people, see you on the big 6.5 an hour. Me and Saeed got a deal with a 0-0 win. With 0-0.
Trust me, man.
Gotta go talk about that again. People, in a bit, man. Honestly, in a bit.
Come on.